Southeast leaders are selfish and self-centered and greedy. I don't know why we keep having IG of police who cannot change the system in the police force. Please, stop profiling the Igbos as IPOB. Nobody profiles the Hausas as Boko Haram. Nobody profiles the Yorubas as OPC. We're supposed to have 3 major ethnic groups. We seem to have reduced ourselves to 2 major ethnic groups. The Hausas don't want to hear the Igbos. The Yorubas don't want to hear about the Igbos. And that is why somebody I have always respected before now, Ruben Abati, will come out and be spewing rubbish on TV. 60 to 70% of the minerals in Nigeria are in the north. Governors in the north cannot deny the fact that that those minerals are not being mined. Our leaders are selfish. Our leaders are wicked. Our leaders are greedy. Everybody that becomes a leader is concentrating on the oil. Let me tell you for a fact, if the oil in the Niger Delta dries up today, I doubt if Nigeria will continue to exist.
Oh, by then the North may want to break out.
Because the only thing holding Nigeria together is that oil money.
I'm serious.
What do you base your budget on? Have you not thought about it?
But we have gold.
Your federal budget.
But we have gold.
Have you ever heard them measure? Do you know how much tantalite? Do you know how much columbite?
Uranium.
Do you know how much zircon sand that is moved out of this country every day? And that is why some of us are very worried with the sudden law found between our president and the French president.
Welcome to Precious Inye TV. So I won't just quickly touch a bit of things or some things where we see they happen for inside the country, from the arrest of Fisayo Soyombo. What could be going on? Is there some investigative thing that he has gone to do that the Nigerian army or whoever has been scooped and they won't call you Zam? Babam. Well, that's matter we will look into them. But then, hey, now you be say the Nigerian government, make I just put it like that, through the court, don't release about 50 people when they tag IPOB members, when they catch since long. And now they release them. That matter said day ground, we'll talk about them. Plus, this small wahala where they bring up between northern leaders and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as Governor Zulum don't come and come talk, say, you see that in tax reform bill, he no go ever support them because it go make the poor, the north, they very poor. But is that really the case with the tax reform bill? We go look at that tax reform bill and some kind hidden agenda waiting inside. All these ones are waiting we want to talk about. But then I get my guest inside the house, Prince Francis Chilaka. Thank you so much. As you follow me, sit down. Thank you. I said anytime I call you, you follow me, stay. So we want me to start this pattern. We start them straight with waiting they go on for the IPOB members. In fact, now the tax reform bills we won't talk about. But from the tax reform bill, we go join them together with the IPOB members who they release.
Let me start with the IPOB.
Okay.
It's almost a year now. But you see, the unfortunate thing about that arrest, or the arrest that has continued to go on in the Southeast, is that when young people are arrested, youths particularly, no matter the environment, no matter the crime, no matter what has happened, just the fact that you have been arrested, immediately you attack that IPOB. And I think that profiling is one of the reasons why you still see a lot of people, agitating for the Biafran state. For me, I keep saying Biafra is an ideology, but when you keep profiling people, when you keep subjecting people to something, you are indirectly telling them that, oh, this thing is important. And I think that is what the government is doing. The government is not doing enough. The security agencies are not doing enough. They are rather causing more harm than good.
So, but wait, no vex. I want to ask one question. Because, yes, if it talks to the government, they do enough. The security agencies, they do enough. But the Southeast leaders go, what did they do? Because see Governor Zulum now come out when they cry out on the dangers of the tax reform bill to the north. You don't see any northern youth who be say they arrest, who be say anyhow, well, maybe they're innocent or not. Where the northerners will just keep quiet, where they no go talk about it. So why the Southeastern leaders then they quiet over things so they happen for
it's
their
not
people?
only the northerners. Let's give credit to whom credit is due to. The North, over time, even though we talk that they're not good at governance, but they have also developed a system where they are available, especially their leaders, to fight for their people. The Southwest has been doing that, they've been doing it very well. But you see, the Southeast governors, the Southeast leaders, they have this defeatist attitude. They feel that they have been captured. They feel that, oh, if I talk, I'll be denied some patronage. Yes, that is it. Let's put it in perspective. The Southeast leaders, the Southeast governors, we're talking about Southeast, we're looking about 2027.
Yes.
A lot of the Southeast people now are the governors, serving senators, serving honorable members. Everyone is working towards to say, I want to be the number 2 man. If a Northerner comes out, I want to be the vice. So this is the problem of the Southeast. And that is why you find out that the Southeast leaders are finding difficult to talk. They feel, if I talk, I'll be victimized. If I talk, the contract I'm getting from the federal government will be denied. So
out of selfish interest, they will keep quiet. Maybe they intimidate their people, they treat them bad.
See, Eze of Ago.
Eze Wajago of Ajao Estate.
He's still in detention.
Just for saying, I will call IMC Olomo, if you continue to be treating us like this in Lagos State by saying that we should not come out to vote, we will call our IPOB brothers to come and help us. Now we still keep them for prison till today. I guess that Kirikiri is still there.
Where are the Igbo leaders? Where are your honorable members?
I never heard them raise anything.
Where are your senators? So sometimes I just tell people, I say, look, whatever you're fighting in the Southeast, whatever you're doing, don't believe that anybody would come out as a leader to protect you. Because the Southeast leaders are selfish and self-centered and greedy.
So a leader will feel day like this, then carry about 50 of their youths, tag them IPOB, whether they be IPOB or not, and then they hold them for detention with no proof. For how long? For almost 1 year, and leave them like that. And their leaders, they don't even raise any alarm. They don't talk anything about it.
If you read the judgment of, I think Justice Omotosho, so it was very clear. And he said that the police have no case. And this idea of arrest and then start investigation is something we need to end.
You have to investigate before you arrest.
It's something we need to end it. I don't know why the police keep doing the same thing. I don't know why we keep having IG of police who cannot change the system in the police force. I don't know why. It's the same thing the EFCC is doing. It's the same thing the DSS is doing. They arrest you first, lock you up, and then they start investigation. You are supposed to do your investigation in such a way that you have concrete, empirical facts about the person. So that as you are arresting the person, you are taking the person to court. These people that were arrested in December, I think it was in February, or the first case was in January, February, and the police has a way of, just like the EFCC, just like they keep amending the charges, just so the person can keep staying in detention. We need to stop
to make it look like the person commits more dangerous offense.
This is the 21st century. We need to stop all these intimidating situations where you just intimidate people, you just arrest people, you just lock them up. And please, Precious,
sir,
I pray and I want the government and all those who are empowered and listen to your program, please stop profiling the Igbos as IPOB. Nobody profiles the Hausas as Boko Haram. Nobody profiles the Yorubas as OPC. We just know that there are people who believe in that ideology, who are following it to the letter. But it doesn't mean that the entire community or the entire state or the entire people believe in it. So when you arrest people, stop tagging them IPOB just because you feel that, when you say IPOB, members have been arrested, everybody will say, clap for me.
But what's in the wrong with person being an IPOB member? Because they don't prescribe, because Nigerian government prescribe the group. Even when the cops don't tell them so many
I think yes. But the thing in Nigeria today is we're supposed to have 3 major ethnic groups. We seem to have reduced ourselves to 2 major ethnic groups.
Hausa and Yoruba alone.
That is the way it is.
Because there are two, no one can hear the last one.
Good. The Hausas don't want to hear the Igbos. The Yorubas don't want to hear about the Igbos. And that is why somebody I have always respected before now, Ruben Abati, will come out and be spewing rubbish on TV. He'll be spewing rubbish.
All right, so
because what Ruben Abati is doing is like trying to set up the Igbos.
All right, so let's go straight to the other conversation about the tax reform bills. What's in with this thing with inside these tax reform bills will make Northerners the object very well? Because not only Governor Zulum don't object. Of course, we will not say Senator Dume don't they make nonsense about that. Even though say they are brought away from Kaduna State, Shehu Sani don't talk, so nothing be wrong with them. But what's in with the thing with this tax reform bill? Why you think say Northerners specifically the objector? Because I never see Southeast governors objector. Neither have I seen South governors objector.
Obviously, when issues like this arise, you never expect the Southeast governors to talk. Right. The Southeast governors behave like people who have been captured. They try not to say anything so that they will not be, isolated, more like it. So for them, anybody, all the governors in Southeast, just forget them. They are not spoken for the Southeasterners. Is it for Nigeria they will speak for? They only speak for themselves. Now, bringing this whole tax reform. Tax reform is a good thing. But the fear of the North and the fear of quite a number of people is, why the haste? Why is government rushing to implement it?
You think there's a rush?
There's a rush. The way they're doing the tax bill is the way they're doing the budget. But unfortunately, we have a National Assembly that is out to do the biddings of Mr. President. Just the fact that he has talked about it, it has been approved. So
inside this tax reform bill, apart from the fact, say maybe Northerners, the fear, say they no go to benefit from the taxes of the South anymore, like tax will be processed from alcohol and all that, no go benefit them again. What's in the other things and will be the elements within this tax reform bill? For instance, them too get natural resources like gold and all that. No. So why should they be too worried?
For me, I have always said that you should not in any way benefit from what you condemn. If you condemn alcohol, you destroy alcohol in your states, you should not benefit from the proceeds. If you're benefiting from the proceeds, then the haram you're talking about is wasted. You're saying haram in one hand, you're receiving the same haram in the other hand. So in other words, you're speaking from two sides of the mouth. Also,
that means food you no go chop, you no smell and for no smell.
Good. Also, when you talk about mineral resources, the North needs to come out clean. They need to come out straight. I know that in Nigeria we have 33 viable, world-class mineral sources. I know that for sure because I worked with a company that did what they call the NIMAMO, Nigeria Minerals Appraisal and Monetization Program. I was deeply involved in it. And so I know that 60 to 70% of the minerals in Nigeria are in the North. And the North, the governors in the North cannot deny the fact that that those minerals are not being mined. They cannot deny the fact. Yes.
But why, if that is in a federal government gets land and everything waiting on top of them? So why not the federal government they mine those minerals?
Have you not noticed?
Why only oil they be interested
Have
in?
you not noticed that this same federal government would do anything to suppress the South? They will do anything to suppress the Southeast, but they will not try it with the North.
So they're not good like they get power past this government.
There's this fear of the consequences of trying to box the North. And this is where Nigeria is having a big problem. We need to address that and address it politically. That is why I keep saying that the 1999 Constitution is an obnoxious document that should be destroyed. Let us have a new constitution that reflects our identities as a country. In the country, you have the Igbos, you have the Hausas, you have the Yorubas, you have the Ogonis, you have the Igbos. Every ethnic group in Nigeria has its culture and tradition. And these are things that should form part of the constitution. I think what would actually work in Nigeria is let each state, if we want to say states or region, to make it simple, let each region develop a constitution that captures who they are.
So that means we need through federalism.
Yes, and then bring
just
it
like
to federal.
just like the America
Yes.
they operate.
So that-
where you know say every state gets their own laws where they work for them. That means waiting they legal for one state, we even they illegal for the other state, because everybody they adopt law where they peculiar to them and where they work for
So
them.
that is what we need.
But you say that kind of thing will fly for Nigeria.
It can fly. It's just that our leaders are selfish. Our leaders are wicked. Our leaders are greedy. Everybody that becomes a leader is concentrating on the oil. Let me tell you for fact, if the oil in the Niger Delta dries up today, I doubt if Nigeria will continue to exist.
Oh, by then the North may want to break out.
Because the only thing holding Nigeria together is that oil money.
I'm serious.
What do you base your budget on? Have you not thought about it?
But we have gold.
Your federal budget.
But we have
Have
gold.
you ever heard them measure? Do you know how much tantalite? Do you know how much columbite?
Uranium.
Do you know how much zircon sand that is moved out of this country every day? And that is why some of us are very worried with the sudden law found between our president and the French president. Don't forget that some African French-speaking countries have chased them away.
Even Senegal now, they tell us they command their military base for their backyard.
So it means that for you to see France embracing your president is something they're looking for. And it will not be far from mineral resources.
So they speak pidgin English, John.
It will not be far from mineral resources.
All right, so what could they do? So you feel say this tax reform bills now a disaster waiting to happen, or a fight waiting to happen between President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and enough, or maybe they go just seeing the master strategy, so instead of play politics, maybe you go find a way to calm their anger and seek achieving purpose.
Since Bola Ahmed Tinubu became president, the whole strategist thing has vanished.
Oh, but he's been strategizing very well.
No, he has not. If he's strategizing very well, Nigerians will not be going to bed empty hunger. The cost of living in Nigeria has become outrageous. Drugs are unaffordable by the ordinary Nigerians. So if you're sick now, this is the best time for you to, for those who, it's not my portion.
So let's quickly look at this Fisayo Soyombo, where we say they just Soyombo, where they arrests and military don't talk, say they see him for illegal mining sites, one thing. Remember, say Asari Dokubo, they don't accuse military. Say now then they mine the oil. All this our oil, the way we see the loss. They say they collect our oil, they thief our oil, and say na military, navy, say na them. That is the security apparatus, say na them. The next thing they can't catch Fisayo there. Now, be himself follow the oil bunkers, or I mean go do work, maybe one thing or the other, then catch him among the place he go do the work.
I think it's more of an issue of collateral damage. Yes. He's found himself at the wrong place at the wrong time. But I think that the Nigerian military should be smart enough and to be able to know whether he is part of it or whether he is there as a journalist. For the fact that he has identified himself as a journalist, it's a matter of asking questions, asking the people who they have tagged as bunkers to know whether he is part of them. But I doubt if he's part of them. I know that he has spent so much time, on unraveling a lot of things, or a lot of corruption in customs.
But why if they said the government never do anything about this since we talk about customs? Government never acted once for all the review we don't make about customs. They never act. But now we be saying military they hold them from inside.
Nigeria is a country where now who you know in the matter. And then you see, we're in a country where people have lost faith and lost trust in government. Look at the back and forth and all the drama going on with Port Harcourt refinery. It simply shows you that people have lost faith in their government. The things that are coming out from people who live in Port Harcourt, journalists, other people, activists, and the thing coming out from NNPC, where is the meeting point? At this time, at this age of our development, we shouldn't be having this kind of situation where people are questioning what government says. The government is saying, oh, this refinery is working. Ordinarily, Nigerians should be happy. But Nigerians are not happy. Nigerians just believe it's just lies, it's just deception.
And gossip becomes in all you don't do for
Yeah,
we don't be like 3 years ago.
Talking about that. What I'm looking at is the fact that I know that if the NNPCL was going to kickstart Port Harcourt refinery, knowing the fact that there has been apprehension, there has been so much back and forth, I think they should have carried the Nigerian people along from the beginning. And moreover, the issue of a refinery working and producing is not something you do in secret. The only time people knew something was going on was when trucks started entering. People were wondering what is going on. So I think there's something that even the NNPCL is not telling Nigerians.
So they're not transparent enough.
No. NNPCL with
and I don't want to talk about accountability.
With Kairi has not been transparent, has not been accountable. So what are you talking about? So these are the things that is causing the problem. People have lost total faith in their government.
All right. So at the bottom line, things say, oh, we don't hear everything we'll get to hear about these tax reform bills and the laws.
No.
More matter will still be on
the tax reform bill, from the way it is going right now.
Because zulum say the thing will impoverish the north, it will make the north poor. Say it will make it will suffer the northerners.
But you also need to understand that for Zulum is one governor I have a lot of respect for. Despite all the things going on in Borno and all of that, he is still going ahead and putting infrastructure and developing Borno. So for somebody like that, he's a professor. For somebody like that to tell you that this thing is not good, I believe that the northern governors and the northern senators, some of them, I believe they've engaged consultants to look at that document. And I believe that they are reacting based on what a third party must have said to them. So I think the best thing is we don't need to rush this reform. The tax is not even the major reform Nigeria should be looking at. What we should be looking at more, that will make more sense to Nigerians, is our electoral reform. Let the government focus on electoral reform. When you get the electoral reform right, every other thing will fall in place.
Thank you, Prince Francis Chinaka. I appreciate you. Thank you for following me, Sid. I appreciate you. Well, I would like to make you drop your thoughts and comments for inside here. Kindly drop a comment on that and like if you like, and then also subscribe to this platform. Thank you so much. As a follow, Sid.